Over the past 2 seasons, Snoopy has become the face of Boston Breach. He was studying to become a doctor in Mexico, but decided to pursue his real dream of becoming a professional Call of Duty player. When he entered the scene, people said he was the next Shotzzy.
I don't think anyone could do what Snoopy can do, if I'm being honest. I don't even think Shotzzy could do what he could do.
His story is unique to Call of Duty, marked by intense pressure to compete and win on the world's biggest stage. This is about a young kid who put everything on the line for a chance at achieving his dream, and actually pulled it off. Snoopy was born and raised in Monterrey, Mexico. When he was younger, he played football, swam, and played chess, which apparently he became really good at. He started playing video games at a young age, and when he was introduced into Call of Duty, he had no idea what competitive COD was, so he got into the trickshotting scene instead. He initially wanted to become the youngest phase trickshotter, but that dream ended once he learned about competitive S&D. Through tournaments and wagers he won in Black Ops 4, he bought himself a microphone and everything he needed to stream and compete. He continued getting his name out there, and even has streams from his early days competing.
Nice.
Rally point.
You guys wanna go?
Yeah, we'll destroy the objectives.
Snoopy saw the CDL as an opportunity to compete in an established franchise league, so he continued to grind, knowing that it would pay off eventually. But there was a couple of hurdles Snoopy had to work through because 1, he lived in Mexico, and 2, his mom did not support his choice to try and become a pro gamer. So to really get how big of a gamble this was, you have to see the life Snoopy was supposed to live. His mom had clear and loving hopes for her son. She saw him becoming a doctor or an accountant, a professional with a stable, secure career. In her eyes, that was the definition of success. Gaming was just a hobby, a fun distraction, but it was definitely not a future.
And he told me that he wants to pursue a career in video games, in Call of Duty. I don't know. I said no. At the beginning, I said no. No way. He told me exactly, give me 1 year, please. Give me 1 year to pursue my real dream. But he insisted and insisted, and eventually I changed my mind. But I know that my son is very, very intelligent. He's putting in this game all his energy, and he's gonna be successful.
He didn't have to just convince his mom to let him play the game. He also had to ask her to trust a world that she didn't understand. Every hour he spent online felt like time stolen from his real future. So we made a deal with his mom and told her to give him 1 year, just 12 months, to go from a relatively unknown player to a pro player in one of the most competitive esports. If he failed, he would put the controller down, pick up the textbooks, and pursue a medical career. His mom agreed, and even though she didn't fully understand it, she could see that he was extremely passionate, and if it made him happy, she wanted him to pursue it. So for Snoopy, it was just the fuel he needed. And this is when we get to the Modern Warfare 2 season. The tournaments he played the year before were mainly against Latin American teams, but he gained recognition by consistently streaming and winning tournaments. With that 1-year ultimatum hanging over his head, he dove full force into the challenger circuit. For Snoopy, every single match was a test of his decision. It was also difficult because he was in his 2nd semester of medical school, still going to school, but also chasing his true dream of playing competitive COD. He started the Modern Warfare 2 season playing with Purge, and by making strong connections, he was able to grow in the amateur scene. He wasn't just another skilled player. His talent caught people's attention. As he kept playing, he got an opportunity he couldn't turn down. A Latin American team contacted Snoopy, telling him they had a tournament sponsor, so everything would be covered, and if Snoopy agreed, he could play at his first North American LAN tournament. He was eventually allowed to go, and with Thresh, Rupert, and Infinite, the team placed top 12 at the Boston Open, and then he went to the Texas Open just a month later and got another top 12 finish with the same squad. These guys kept teaming together into early April 2023, and that's where everything really started to change for Snoopy. They entered the Elite Stage 3 playoffs under the Hive and ended up placing 2nd.
Spotted, big shots on, huge damage out, and oh no! Yeez goes down to Snoopy. Quinn's being hunted as well. Snoopy's on for 2, and this could seal the deal. This could lock it out. Do they have any idea? Snoopy's going to send it through the close. What's Purge? Big shot. Snoopy on for the ace. Snoopy on for the ace and the victory for 5!
which got Doug Sensor Martin's attention. After months of grinding, Sensor hit up Snoopy because he recognized his talent and believed he could be the next superstar in Call of Duty. And the academy was a huge step for Snoopy, being the official developmental roster for a COD League team. And within the span of like 5 or 6 months, he was able to join one of the most popular challengers teams at the time. His performance at the 2023 Toronto Open was a statement. A third place finish at a major LAN event cemented his status as one of the top prospects in North America.
But none of that would have been possible without the teamwork and coordination in between their AR duo of Shawnee and Sensor.
They are playing great. All 4 players flowing like water right now proper, and I'm sure the Boston.
And while the 1-year clock was still ticking, for the first time, the path to the main stage was clear. He was on the doorstep of the Call of Duty League, and all he had to do was kick the door down. Snoopy's time in the academy was short because it didn't need to be long. His talent was obvious, his impact was immediate, and Boston Breach believed in him. Sensor was probably gassing him up too, and just a few months after joining the academy roster, Snoopy was promoted to the main starting roster for the biggest event of the year, the 2023 Call of Duty League World Championship. It's pretty crazy to have your first event at COD Champs, but after an inconsistent season, Boston was looking to switch things up and hopefully get a good placement at Champs. So his debut match was against none other than Optic Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your 2023 Boston Breach!
I remember watching this live, and the hype around Snoopy was insane because we just didn't know what to expect from him. But when he came out with all the pressure on him, Snoopy handled it well.
Boston. Yeah, make no mistake for Snoopy and everyone on Boston, the mechanical skill is absolutely going to be there. The gunning that is in this lobby is out of control, and the kill feed is out of control. 4-man white for Boston. They're going to get so much time.
While they did lose to Optic Texas, he proved to be a game changer for them on the control and showed glimpses of his mechanical skill and awareness. He had just started playing Respawn in MW2, so for him to catch on and be able to play against some of the best teams was pretty impressive, and they went on to beat Rocker before losing to Atlanta FaZe, earning a top 6 finish and $80,000 at Snoopy's first ever pro tournament. The general consensus about Snoopy was pretty similar across the board. People saying Snoopy is actually really good. He's great, kind of surprised. Even Scump had some positive words about the rookie.
Snoopy's had to play some tough comp this event. He's been putting on, man. Boston might keep him.
So it's kind of one of those scenarios where FaZe is like,
if you're Boston and you're looking at what Snoopy's providing, I mean, you definitely let this kid give him some time to grow.
Snoop top 5? I don't know, dude. He's been playing some really impressive comp.
But I would say his true rookie season was Modern Warfare 3. He only played one event in MW2, so I'm gonna say MW3 was his actual rookie season. But in July 2023, Boston announced that Snoopy would be returning, intending to make him the face of the franchise. He was the first player signed in the Modern Warfare 3 season, and he moved to Boston from Mexico to start living out his dream. Despite the team's struggles, a huge personal moment came when the league hosted Major 1 in Boston. For the first time, Snoopy played in front of his home crowd, being cheered on by thousands of fans, people asking for his autograph and picture. I'm sure it was a crazy experience for him, and by then, his mom was no longer a skeptic. She had become his biggest fan. She always just wanted the best for her son, and now that he was living out his true dream, she gave him her total support, which is a massive part of his story. And it's always a beautiful thing when your parents are supporting your dreams. And the beginning of the MW3 season was exciting. He was joined by veterans Priesta, Slasher, and the SMG duo Capsidal. The team looked somewhat promising on paper, but the MW3 season was quite the opposite. Boston struggled to make any real progress through Major 1 qualifiers, and the team dynamic was not working. Snoopy still had moments of pure takeover.
About this map now, they know they've locked it down. They wanted the full 60, they've got it.
Oh my god,
Snoopy
dude.
and Capsidal are moving at light speed.
They can't kill him! They can't!
From Lindsay gets out of it. Snoopy now last alive, 20 to go. With the priest to death, things probably got too difficult.
Yeah, Lindsay's playing this well with the rival, just trying to buy time. 15 seconds though. Now it's down to Snoopy versus Vivid. There's a slide out of Snoopy!
My God!
And he gets to defuse. What a read!
But it was an inconsistent start to the season. Internal issues began to brew within the team, and Slasher thought that Snoopy was not ready for the Pro League.
But like when we went to the events, we just weren't showing up. And so basically after the split, I was like, yo, like we need to make a change. I was like, I think, and we kind of all agreed, besides obviously Eric, who's the odd man out, that he needed more time in challengers to kind of get his own style to get him ready, in my opinion. So I was very outspoken.
It seemed that the whole team was against Snoopy, but the upper management decided that Snoopy was a player they wanted to build around despite what anyone thought. It proved to be a controversial change, and Censor must have been behind the roster change doing a little shadow GMing.
Why keep Snoop? I mean, his upside is really good. I mean, it's very simple. Like, Snoopy forgets a spawn and Snoopy forgets a play call in S&D, and then that's what's being discussed on the flank. I just don't like seeing that about people on my team.
But then going into stage 3, they picked up Beans and Pentagram, and it probably made things worse. The team dynamic was not working again, and Pentagram was dropped after Major 3. It just proved to be a sad season ending and a last place finish with Major Maniac. Snoopy still had individual highlights, but as a team, the MW3 season was definitely one to forget. Snoopy had his final chance to make an impact on the MW3 season during the Esports World Cup in Saudi Arabia. The roster did a complete sweep besides Snoopy, bringing in Cammy, Awakening, and Purge. They came out to everyone's surprise and beat Miami Heretics.
To look to pack things up, and Snoopy running routes around. They cannot catch this frog. He's looking for it, looking for more. Snoopy's still finding value here somehow. Snoopy is providing a masterclass in movement right now, just being a constant nuisance for Team Heretics. Has he bought enough time and space though? Lucky can't find him.
They lost to Ultra and beat FaZe Black before advancing to the single elimination tournament. They lost to Atlanta FaZe, who went on to win the tournament, but the experience was valuable to Snoopy's individual growth as a player. And then we get to the Black Ops 6 season. The initial rumored roster had mixed reactions.
Also, that Boston rumored roster is the worst thing I've seen in my entire life. What's the roster? It was Cammy, Arcides, Purge, and Pentagram, or Purge and Snoopy, and then maybe Pentagram instead of Purge or something. Either way, it's an awful rumored roster.
But heading into the 2025 season, they kept the same roster from EWC. The team showed its potential during Major 1 qualifiers, beating teams like Optic Texas and LA Thieves.
Take our time, guys. We have a lead, right? Take our time. Still going.
Yo, that boy is hockey.
By accident.
Think about that. That's 20 more
against us.
Okay.
Set up this pinch. You want to spawn him out across
the map. Dude, he is everything.
Right, he's hitting every ball.
Oh
my God.
A while longer. Scrap deals with it. Hold on a second. Snoopy from the side. He may be able to win the game right here. Ghosty has to slide the touch. It stops at 249. Ghosty finds the kill. LA's still hanging on, but you got to stay in the heart.
They were still a mid-tier team, but he was happy with his new SMG duo, Purge. This season was about proving that they were league ready, and I believe they did that successfully. They secured a top 6 finish at Major 2.
Well, let's find out, folks. Uno. Dos. God damn, he nearly had the 4th as well or not? No, Cammy was there for it. Fantastic work, Snoopy.
I mean, this is exactly where you want him. You want him pushed
and
up.
Showed improvement in the second half of the season.
He obviously doesn't know. We know how grouped up they are. I don't know about that shot from Beats. Now you put it inside a tough spot, and he's going to get fried. You wanted to get...
They kept the same roster throughout the year, trusting it would pay off, though they did face a lot of bumps in the road. Individually, Snoopy proved his raw talent was there.
Yeah, now they're trying to isolate. Cammy, nice double coming through, but he is traded away. Now it's down to Snoopy for the 1v2. One more to find to the corner. Yes! How about that for Snoop?
But he also experienced inconsistency that hindered the team and has been the story of his career. But they managed to qualify for COD Champs as the last seed in the tournament, and nobody had them going far at all. But as the underdogs, Boston Breach shocked everyone, making a dominant run through the winners bracket. They came out in round 1 against LA Thieves and beat them in a game 5.
Yeah, I mean, this feeling's insane. It feels amazing. Just really happy about the team, how we've been playing. I think like a lot of people like didn't believe in us, but we believe in each other. We know we can do it. So just want to keep making this run and just trying to make it happen.
But it didn't stop there. In winners round 2, they won another game 5 against the Miami Heretics. Unfortunately for them, they ran into Optic Texas, who were on fire, and got swept to the losers bracket. They lost to Surge, but secured a top 3 finish, the best in Boston Breach's history. Also, Snoopy earned his biggest prize yet with the team, getting $320K. Snoopy has established himself in the league, but still receives mixed opinions from the community about his true impact in the game. I think that Snoopy is a great player, player with significant upside. He's learning, but considering that he started playing Respawn in MW2 and has improved this much, it shows that he's learning with every series and becoming a better player because of it. He's taking on the pressure, and he's only 20 years old, so he has much more room to grow, but I think Boston Breach's gamble paid off. If he keeps on the same track, he'll continue to level up and become that star player that they've been hoping for. There's been conversation around the league with some people saying, has Snoopy leveled up to a top tier player? At his peak, yeah, he's just inconsistent. Easily Breach's best player right now. He still makes mistakes, but I think he is a solid top 10 SMG right now. Absolute machine in S&D. Snoopy's career is just beginning, and despite the questions surrounding his impact, I believe he'll still be a part of the Boston Breach if they remain in the CDL for years to come. They clearly believe in him, and he has the skill to back it up. He did what many of us dream of doing to make our parents proud.
I'm very proud of him.
How cool is it to see, you know, people taking pictures with him and signing autographs? Did you think that would have happened?
No, never. Never. I think he was going to be a doctor or engineer, not a superstar. Very, very proud. I want to cry, but he deserves it. He's very humble and he worries about people, about his team, his coach, everybody.
And I wish him all the success going forward. His story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most unconventional paths lead to the best outcomes. In doing so, he faced a lot of pressure, met an impossible deadline, and proved to the world and his family that the biggest risk can bring the greatest rewards. I'm interested to see what Boston does at the Esports World Cup and heading into Black Ops 7, but the future is bright for Snoopy, and we'll just have to see how it all plays out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, check out my recent video where I talk about the insane rise of Mercules in the Call of Duty League. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace.